the reason that I wanted to start, and the reason that I'm not sure what this will be, because there's a visual component to this.
Okay,
because,
yeah, sure.
As you know, I finished the last of my finals today, which is the last thing I need. Like, even if I get a literal 0 on these finals, which did not happen, I still passed these classes that I needed to pass to complete my bachelor's degree. I'll be receiving it in a week or two, which means I am now a 2 bachelor's degree holder, Rogers.
Nice.
The first tiger with 2 bachelor's degrees. And so, well, first of all, I just wanted to show you this really fucking huge bottle of water that my mom gave me yesterday, because she was like, hey, I bought this for your grandmother, but she doesn't want it. Do you want it?
What is that? What are we
thing.
looking at? Is that like 64 ounces?
Let me see. Yeah, 64
Hell
ounces.
yeah. That's the Nintendo number.
Which is going to be very, very handy, because she also bought a big bottle of Chardonnay.
Yes!
Which I will be...
Take a sippy. A toast.
They also gave me some money for my trip to see Sophie for my graduation.
Fuck yeah.
Which I'm very excited about.
Fuck yeah, everything's coming up, Sarah. You beat COVID, and now you're on top of the fucking world.
I beat COVID, I beat the flu, I beat this semester. It's... Looking back on it now, it's really funny to me that I have a bachelor's of... Okay, A of all, do you know what my first bachelor's is in?
I know that you did math now, right?
Yeah, this time was math, and that's what my master's and hopefully PhD will be.
Your master's.
My master's, yeah. They call me Marshall Mathers. But, do you know what my first bachelor's was in?
No, I do not.
Would you like to hazard just one guess? I'll tell you after one guess, but I'm just curious what you would.
I don't want to... Okay.
I will not take any offense to anything you say.
Poli-sci?
No, art.
Okay, alright. I felt asking someone if they're a poli-sci major is one of the meanest things you could ever say to someone.
No, well, the funny thing is I, of all people, Miss fucking Math Brain over here, I have a bachelor's of art, but more than that is a bachelor's of science in digital arts and sciences. It is not a bachelor of the arts, it is a bachelor's of science in art.
Tremendous.
Which
that
is just
fucking
really
rules.
Anyways, Opa Gundam style. Welcome to Well Cool Robot. It's a Gundam Rewatch podcast. I'm Sarah. My pronouns are she, her, and joining me as always.
Hi, I'm Max. I use he, him pronouns.
What's up? Got some cold open. Got some high energy going in here.
That's some good shit. See, all of your updates are a lot better than mine, which is just I've been reading so much fucking One Piece.
Yeah, you've been reading One Piece and dealing with shitty neighbors. That just sounds like...
Oh, yeah. God. I won't speak on the shitty neighbors, but dear listener, believe me when I say, can't stand these clowns. But I'm in Wano right now, so it's fine. I'm into it.
Max, can you do me a favor and just, like, go back to the last episode that was released and just, like, put, like, a George W. Bush mission accomplished banner in the background? Because that was how I felt when I tested positive for COVID 2 days after recording that episode.
It fucking... It's the podcaster's lament.
Like, I'm on there, I'm like, yeah, I fucking dodged it, I'm at Maury's house now, and then, like, jump forward 2 days later, I have COVID, and then a day later, Morg tests positive.
Ron Howard voice, she did not beat the having COVID-19 allegations.
The allegations held up in appellate court.
Truly a fucking roller coaster of a time here at Noisepace.xyz.
Yeah, just doing... We're just, we're getting by best we can. I'm throwing my little butterfly knife trainer across the room so that I'm not tempted to fidget with it.
At this point, Sarah, I don't think you could cut yourself if you tried. I think you're just like, you've awakened your abilities.
Oh, no. This is a butterfly knife trainer. There is no sharp part of it.
I missed the important word
butter
there.
with this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not cutting fucking butter with this thing. But, my parents gave me a little, graduation present. They gave me some money, and, I'm going to use this money for my trip to visit my girlfriend, which I am partaking on this Saturday, but fuck me, I want to buy like 6 Gunplas with this money so badly. The bug has bitten me. I haven't even fucking gotten the Carta one yet, and I still want, like, I want the Vidar, I want the Gushan Full City Rebake, I want the Landman Roadie, like...
Alright, Sarah, I'm going to tell you something. and you're going to be quite happy to hear this. I'm going to
Is it that some of the things that I listed are no longer available for purchase? Because that would be a great thing for my bank account to hear.
Quite the opposite, my friend. If you click on the Spring Deals 2022 Premium Bandai link, you might have to scroll down a little bit. But when you get to the part where it says product page coming soon, you'll notice something called a high grade 1/144 Tekkacoin complete set that comes with Barbatos Lupus Rex, Flauros, Gusion Rebake Full City, and Landman Rhodey. Sorry to hit you with like the fucking baseball bat of prophecy here, but I'm saying it's possible.
How much?
So yeah, the rub of it is it's gonna be 4 kits. It'll probably be like $100 for all 4 together, maybe. Iron Blood Orphan kits are a little bit cheaper.
$100 for 4 kits?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, IBO does have the discount.
They got the cheaper kits, yeah. But look at the Landman Rhodey though.
The Landman Rhodey is shaped like a friend.
Just round. It's Land Bouse.
Land Bouse. Who are you?
That's the noise Aston made.
No! Evil.
We're on the ball today, I think.
But funny and a little bit true. He did make that noise. Oh my gosh! I had 1 sip of champagne. I did not have any. To be clear, I had not had a single sip of champagne before we turned our mics on. I have had 1 sip of champagne now. I'm off to the races. I barely drink, so you know what? Bottoms up and the devil laughs, baby.
Let's go. Want to get into it?
Mm-hmm. All right. I was flying off the cuff with these episode descriptions. So here we go. Episode 32. My friend. McGillis has touched down on the Ball 4 plane and is absolutely wrecking shop. He confronts Takaki and Aston, asking them who they answer to. However, his logic falls on deaf ears as they engage him anyways. He nearly kills Takaki, but Aston dies in front at the last second and takes the killing blow. Shortly after, Tekkacoin manages to make Titanfall despite them being locked out from properly docking and chase McGillis off. Radisha gets confronted by Tekkacoin and immediately sells Galen up the river. Hush gets his first taste of the battlefield and narrowly avoids death thanks to Mikazuki's intervention. Galen attempts to beat Cheeks, but Akihiro runs him down and beats the shit out of him. Right as he's about to land the killing blow and squish him to death, Galen hits the what the fuck boom button and goes up in smoke so as to leave no trace of him that can be connected back to Rustal. After the battle, Tekkacoin confronts Radisha, ultimately deciding to let Takaki decide what happens to him, who pops him right between the eyes 3 times.
This episode is my life a movie for real.
Great episode, honestly.
Fucking tremendous episode.
Really, really good episode.
It has it all. It has like the desperation of one of the not a main character, but like a secondary main character kicking the bucket.
For the last 4 episodes, Aston was a main character.
Yeah, the main character of this arc, and then the main villain of this arc gets just. Both main villains of this arc get like very satisfyingly obliterated. Let's say.
Yeah.
It's good.
I like Galen. Obviously, I do not think anything that I love to hate Galen.
Yes, yeah.
Galen, tremendous heel. Like, perfectly booked.
It's like
Radisha I actually kind of hate because I'm like really laughing at the thing Cass said in the Discord the other day, or earlier today, about him being like the 35-year-old recruiter.
Yeah.
Takaki, like, oh, what's your malfunction, soldier? You act so mature for your age.
It's like Galen is like, I don't know. There's a difference in the level of conniving that they both put on display.
Right.
I think it's because Galen just looks fucking cool in his big bushy beard.
Galen also just feels like more nakedly evil to me. Like he feels like buff Snidely Whiplash, whereas Radisha feels like a very much more like a not a humanized evil, a bit more of a humanized evil, just like emotionally manipulating the kids. And like Galen is also doing this, but like I don't know, Galen's a bit more mustache twirly about it.
Yeah, he's more mustache twirly, and also he's the one getting in a mobile suit and is gonna like crack some heads.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
He does crack some heads.
Yeah,
can't argue with that
for a bit. So this episode starts out McGillis off the shits. He doesn't really realize until like as the fighting crescendos are like, oh shit, this is Tekkacoin boys. I have to maybe tell them what the situation is so we prevent any undue deaths.
I have to stop them from making a big whoopsie, but Unfortunately,
Oof. Yeah, my note says, Aston says, we're going back to Fuka together. And then I write, no, you aren't, little boy.
Oh, no. I genuinely thought they were both going to die because, like, I thought that Let's Go Home Together was foreshadowing for them, like, dying together. Like, going home to heaven together.
The old fake out. Only one of them.
Only one of them dies tragically in this episode. I'm sure. If Takaki makes it to the... Actually, you know what? Takaki's out of the game. If Takaki fucking dies at this point, I'm not going to be very happy about it.
He's going to get hit with, like, a stray piece of debris from a battlefield like, a mile away.
It's like the end of Final Destination 5 where it's revealed that, like... Okay, do you mind if I spoil
No, by all means.
Okay, so it's like the end of Final Destination 5 where it's revealed that, like, everything in that movie is taking place, like, during the, like, right before, like, immediately before the events of Final Destination 1, and the very last thing that happens in the movie is, like, a jet engine from the plane that crashed in Final Destination 1 crashing down and killing the last survivor of Final Destination 5.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's a great fucking movie.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Final Destination, I genuinely, truly believe that Final Destination 5 of all horror movie franchises has the highest consistency of quality among them. Like, Halloween has some bangers. Like, Halloween 1 genuinely tied with The Thing for my favorite horror movie of all time. Well, and Scream. But, like, Halloween has some stinkers. Like, the entire, like, Curse of Michael Myers arc, just not particularly good. Friday the 13th has a storied history. You know, but, like, Final Destination, the worst thing I can tell you is that Final Destination 4 is kinda mid and features a racist guy too prominently.
Oh,
and
tremendous.
He gets like a really liberal comeuppance where he's like trying to do a hate crime by burning a cross on some guy's lawn, but then he gets dragged behind his truck and burns to death. I mean, it's satisfying to watch, but it's very like, what if this happened to you, actually?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Much to think about.
I've been on a Final Destination kick again lately. I mean, I put Final Destination 3 I put Final Destination 3 in my top 4 on Letterboxd, so I kind of had to, recommit to the bit and make sure that I'm not just talking smoke out my ass.
Yeah, you got to confirm your suspicions.
And you know what? Good fucking movie.
Confirmed.
Final Destination 3 genuinely like the pinnacle of that franchise to me. 4 has some good deaths, and 5 is really good in my opinion. Tony Todd is back from that one after not being in 3 or 4. But all of the trans girls my age being like, oh my god, Ramona Flowers, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, oh my god, and I'm just sitting here wise, meditating under a waterfall, saying Mary Elizabeth Winstead is Wendy Christensen, Final Destination 3.
Only real ones will know.
Only real heads will know.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, so Aston attacks McGillis, of course. Or, I'm sorry, Takaki attacks McGillis at first.
Because despite Aston immediately before saying, okay, I'll go first, you follow behind, Takaki's like, grr.
He's been, like, totally fucking brainwashed by Galen. Like, you kill this guy, the fighting's gonna end. So, of course, he won't listen. And Aston rolls up, and, like, McGillis is, like, not trying to kill him, but, self-defense and all that. He ends up, like, crunching Aston's cockpit.
Yep.
And Aston, like, I don't know if he was trying to, like, blow up his mobile suit or just, like, crush McGillis' cockpit.
Honestly, to me, that read more as, like, I'm going to die here, but I'm holding this guy down so you can kill him before
because he, like, locks his hands together on the other side, like, in, like, a bear hug.
Yeah, it's like the world's weakest suplex.
Yeah, pretty much. And, like, right before they're able, like, Galen is able to roll in and, like, probably end up killing both Aston and McGillis, like, if he would have his way. This is when the aforementioned Titanfall happens.
Yeah.
When Mika drops in.
Titanfall happens briefly.
Yeah, and, Galen kind of, like, runs off, but...
because Mika comes in and is like... Mika, like, drops in and says to McGillis, Orga said to not let you die.
Yeah, I like this growing...
These bedfellows keep getting odder.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it. But yeah, we get a pretty rough scene of Takaki trying to pull Aston out of the cockpit. And it just, like, it's the human debris shit happens again, because Aston...
Right, it's Akihiro pulling Masahiro, right? Yes. That was his name? Yeah, Akihiro trying to pull Masahiro out of his landman roadie.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't have been a landman roadie.
It was just a man roadie.
Yeah, it was just a man roadie, not land.
But he says no, no land here. We're in space.
Yeah.
But he basically he says I wish I never met you because human debris shouldn't feel happiness. Basically, like he wishes that he wouldn't have to die feeling bad about leaving everyone else behind.
Mm-hmm.
This shit hurted, and this is like the episode. This is like 5 minutes into the episode too.
Yeah, definitely. Like the 3-episode structure has worked well for us in a lot of capacities. I think this is one time that it's failed us a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, listen, I just this was a 4-episode arc. Nothing to be done about it.
Yeah. It's not my fault.
Yeah,
I didn't do this.
It was Galen's scheme. You were tricked.
It was
It's
Galen's trick.
Yeah.
So, but like this is when the tide starts to turn because we see Radice like frantically trying to talk to his men from the control room and like Tekkacoin
right.
headquarters.
He's doing the one tweet where it's like, oh, they're overriding the mainframe, and I hear it comes in like, say it in English, motherfucker, and he's like, oh, my pussy's getting fucked.
They're fucking our pussies.
Yeah, they're fucking my pussy.
It just is so good because fucking Eugene walks in and just like calmly cuts off his comms, and Akihiro is there, and they're like beyond pissed right now. It's so good.
Yeah. He says the classic line of "I was just following orders."
Yeah. Wonder where we've heard this historically. Who could say?
Laughter's calling in from the battlefield. The fighting has stopped. We found out that her last name is Franklin. Nothing. Not really making fun of that or anything. Just like a perfectly normal last name.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Coldland.
Follow the Station 3 voice. Fuck you, Benjamin Franklin.
She says Aston's dead, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, she breaks the news about Aston, and Akihiro gets fucking mad about this.
Yeah, Akihiro's like, all right, time for the blood price to be paid.
Yeah.
He
picks Radice up and like interrogates him, and this is when Radice immediately sells him out, and like Galen like one arm tosses him over his shoulder. Mm-hmm. Just like I know Akihiro's ripped, but also this man must weigh like 10 square pounds.
Yeah. Okay. There's a shot later on, and you will certainly notice it's near the end of the show, like of Akihiro in the cockpit, and he is like. It's like, you know the fucking part in Dragon Ball Z during the Cell Saga when Vegeta and Trunks try and like beef up Super Saiyan too much and they like can't move because their muscles are so big?
Hold on, let me Google this. Vegeta.
It's like Super Saiyan grade 4. Let me see if I can find the photo. Maybe not.
I've actually, believe it or not, I've not seen Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, hold on. But, I mean, you're aware.
I've played my fair share of Dragon Ball Z Budokai as well as Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Yeah, okay. So this image...
And Dragon Ball Tenkaichi.
Yeah, so this is Super Saiyan grade 4. Like, they basically get too buff and they can't really move well. They lose speed. Like, the muscles are just simply too big. And then this is the shot of Akihiro from later, and I think it's just like a fuck up with like perspective.
This is the thumbnail this is one of the episode thumbnails for later in the season. I've seen this.
It's just like his fucking triceps are those his triceps or are those his quads or his delts perhaps?
Akihiro says any requests and Luigi says yeah, lose the shorts.
Like it's just like bad perspective and bad like scaling, but like his arms, like one arm is bigger than his entire fucking torso. It's insane. He uses this fucking.
This is what I'll look like after doing push-ups every day for 1 month.
Yeah. Oh god. So Galen is like in his own. He's in a little encampment with his lads, like in like some abandoned warehouse. He's trying to escape because he kind of like knows Radice is going to end up selling him out. And they get the battle call that they're being attacked, and Hush is surprisingly in a mobile suit now. Funny enough.
Yeah. He's on patrol with Mika, and Mika's like, just do what you can. Hush is like, no, I can fight actually.
5 minutes later, this shit sucks. What the fuck?
Oh, I'm scared.
Hush can sow, but he is not able to reap yet.
No, he'll learn. I'm excited to get more of Hush, but I have to say, like, baby Hush in the OP is so fucking cute. Like,
I know.
I think he and Anya's Spy X family would be friends.
Oh, that would be quite nice. I want to see it.
Like, he looks so baby. He does not look Bakugo-esque in any capacity in the ED.
His Bakugo genes haven't activated yet.
Right. when you're a blonde anime boy, you don't get your Bakugo genes until puberty.
Yeah, you have to be in anime high school for that to kick in.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hush like nearly gets killed, and Mika has to save him, and he like calmly flies up, and Hush is like, "Fuck, dude, this sucks."
Yeah, Mika says, "Don't get in my way," and then flies off. And Hush has memories of like of CCS like going off without him, and him like reaching to their backs.
Yeah, it's cinematography, it's symbolism, film studies, etc. Meanwhile,
this shot to be taught in every film class.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Galen is like he's ditched everyone. Like he's like kind of going off alone, like trying to have the fighting draw everyone away from him. Doesn't work. Akihiro's found him, and things will not be pretty.
Yeah, there's this really cool shot that we get here where it's like the camera is coming, like the camera is like set inside some broken down buildings, and so like we see like through a busted down door frame and like a falling apart like window in this cobblestone house, like them fighting. It just looks really sick. It's like 2 seconds, so I just wanted to call it out because it looks fucking
good. No, it's really fun framing.
This episode was like really visually striking. There's a whole lot of stuff I can point to. Like there's that, like so much of the fighting is like that, like the scene when Takaki decides to plug Raditya between the eyes. Like I will never ever get tired of a character just being enveloped in shadow when they decide to do something like that.
Yes. So as Akihiro like goes to attack him, Galen is like, "Oh, like, you know, I know you're fighting like someone who's just lost someone else. Like that's why you're fighting so desperately, aren't you?
You're a decent person. You like Castlevania."
Yeah, this line is so fucking good. Galen's like, "The decent ones on the battlefield are always the ones who get weeded out and killed first." And Akihiro just responds, "Then I guess you're pretty decent," and just fucking crunches him.
Yep, he says, "Good for you. Seems like you're decent." As he like, because like Galen says that as he swings for Akihiro's cockpit, but Akihiro catches him with the wrench and he like is about to squish Galen to death, and Galen just hits the big explosion button. And I thought Akihiro was going up in flames for a second here. I was worried.
No, he's completely fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He just walks out of the flame. The way that he walks out of the flame, even though he just pressed the self-destruct button, I half expected Galen to like lurch forth as like a last gasp of like his last action on this earth to like take a final swing at Akihiro, like Matthew Lillard at the end of Scream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not so. He's gone. Like fucking bye, honey.
Bit of a horror movie. Bit of a horror podcast this week. Fear baiting soft relaunch.
There we go.
Listen, I finished school. Like I gotta get that doc back out to get people signed up.
Yeah. And as this happens, Lofter's there, like watching him. Like she's like, "Oh, it's like, don't give in to revenge, don't hurt yourself." But then he's fine. She's like, "Oh, ay caramba."
Yeah. A lot of as a woman of this show, I'm doing a lot of hard work being the emotional core of these things.
Fucking honestly.
Like I didn't really crystallize until right now, but like I'm thinking about like the male characters that we have that like express emotion like this, and we've got like Takaki, Akihiro,
not Mika.
Chad
yes.
gets some emotion.
Hush kind of does, like starting now.
Hush has not had enough time. Hush has not had enough time for me to be like, "Oh, he's not showing emotion. Fail, cringe."
Right.
6 episodes or 9 episodes now. Baby just born.
Ride does. I'd say.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he will if he hasn't already. Like he's definitely like on more on the emotional end of the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, there's more show.
Yeah.
So we cut from this. Akihiro's fine. He's alive. We love it. We cut to the Tekkacoin gang interrogating Raditya. And, he's saying nothing. So Mika's...
And he says, he's like, I was doing Joker trick.
Yeah. And Mika's just like, we could just kill him. Like, he's not going to tell us
Why are we even talking to this guy? Why are we even talking to this guy? If he wants to do Joker trick, I'm going to ice this clown.
Alexa, kill this clown.
And Alexa is what he calls his gun. Zero voice functionality. He just does it as a goof. He says, "Alexa, kill this clown," and then just pulls the trigger himself.
Yes. But Takaki says that he wants to talk to Raditya like by himself alone. Like he's the one in charge of the Earth
Chad
Branch.
Left him in charge.
Yeah. So they all relent, they walk out, they understand, like, hey, he's the one in charge, sure, whatever they do.
Ozzy and Laughter yeah, Ozzy and Laughter are a little bit like, what's going on? Is he going to let him go away? We can't have that. And Mika, Eugene, and Akihiro just walk away and like, whatever he does, I'm chill.
Yeah. What is it that he does, Sarah?
Well, Radisha like begs, and he's like, I just wanted to protect the Earth Branch. Orga was too far away to accurately judge what was going on the ground. I had to make a tactical decision, call myself to do my own personal 6 days in Fallujah. We just decided for ourselves what to do, and Takagi's like, so did I, motherfucker, and just
You have rules. You fucking rules.
Yep.
Bye-bye, honey.
We cut to Hush being fucked up from his stint as a pilot, and he's like, God, it feels so awful to realize you're powerless, just another kid. And he's like, man, Mika is just like, he's just fucking better. He's built different. The Elia banana has got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and then
Dane. I love Dane.
This scene fucking ruled. I love it. This what he says.
Yeah, because he's just like, you're doing a pretty good job to accurately gauge your situation. I bet that's pretty useful for a pilot to have.
Yeah,
and Hush is like, I did not know you could say that many words in succession.
Yeah, it's a genuinely like lighthearted, funny moment that I think fits really well with like to break up the tension here.
It's a really sweet moment from Dane too. I want to experience more Dane. Mm-hmm. I have not had enough Dane. I do not care the pompadour guy that he is always with, but I care Dane.
Yeah, we don't care Zach. Show us Dane.
Yeah, show me this show's Mikey Recess.
Yeah. So we cut to Mika and McGillis. They're looking at
do you remember the Recess episode when they like had to go play kickball with the other school, and it was like all like their evil clones?
Yes.
This is Dane is Mikey's evil clone, or evil twin, or whatever. Yeah. His counterpart.
Oh God. So they we cut from that to Mika and McGillis they're like looking at the rubble of the battlefield. And McGillis is like telling Mika, Galen left no paper trail. Like, we're not going to be able to tie this to anything. But we do know. Oh, and I don't think we mentioned it earlier. Galen straight up like says either to himself or to someone else that like that Rustal's the one who's like putting him up to this.
Yeah, I think he like apologizes to Rustal as he's about to explode.
Yeah. But so like this is like when McGillis kind of starts to get suspicious of him too, but like we can't prove anything.
McGillis gives Mikazuki some Lediba candy.
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, this reminds me of the legend of the Agni Kai from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I referred to later in my notes. I forgot what he was talking about, and I just referred to it as Baten Kaitos.
Yeah, this is the legend of the Bakugan.
Yeah, the Agnika Kaeru.
Agnika Kaeru. He was. We'll learn later. He's the founder of Tekkacoin.
He created Gjallarhorn.
Yeah,
he was a libertarian.
He was a libertarian. He was the guy who like I want to say he also like made everyone build the Gundam frames too to win the war, the Calamity War.
That makes sense. Sounds like the type of guy who would do that.
Yeah, let me tell you. No, we don't know. We know fuck about. We know fuck all about this guy, and all anyone online will ever tell you is how badly they want a prequel IBO series about this fool.
I mean, no.
I don't care.
I don't need Han Solo doing the fucking the Smuggler's Run or whatever it was called that he references in episode 4.
Yeah, the Kessel Run.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, like. No, just let this shit rock.
Yeah, God forbid we have a sense of mystery in this world building of ours.
Like fucking the reverse equivalent of this is like, I don't know, like Eugene finding a show from our universe about like where someone's like, oh, Arthurian legend, and he's like, damn, I want a prequel about Arthur.
Yeah, it's just like you don't have to have everything explained. I think Marvel Brain Rot has truly fucked us up.
Yeah, God. Oh my God. Speaking of Marvel Brain Rot, you've surely seen the posts that are insisting that, Doctor Strange and the Multi-Ball Madness needs to be rated like R, XXX, whatever, right?
There's gore in this one.
I went and watched all of the death scenes, and like, this is upset. They were like upsetting in the way that like, I don't know, Happy Harry, some Happy Harry cartoons were upsetting to me when I was like 14.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the thing is that like Marvel Brain Rot is just like, because no one dies like by superpowers in those things. They all die by either getting shot or stabbed or exploded or falling off a great height. Like that's all anyone fucking dies of, or old age or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And now it's like, oh, this guy's head got exploded by superpowers, and it's like, whoa,
this will change the face of cinema as we know it.
I hate Marvel.
I know. I'm tired of it. I just
I liked I liked Black Panther. Like, Black Panther was a movie that I like less and less the further I get away from it. And I think that was the last Marvel entry I have encountered, and I think that will be the last one for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess I mean Spider-Verse. I saw Spider-Verse. I'll see Spider-Verse.
That doesn't count. Yeah, that's different.
That's a Sony Pictures. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say Katie and I watched Venom 2 over the weekend.
That's a Marvel product I'll dip into. That's also Sony Pictures.
Well, it's Sony though. It's not fully Marvel.
Yep. Yeah, it's Marvel Light. Oh God, sorry.
Yeah.
Speaking of Doctor Strange, when I saw Professor Xavier in that shit, like my soul shriveled up. I was just like,
stop bringing him back.
Like, not even that, just like, please, less things that cross over with this. Like, I didn't like what it did in Marvel vs. Capcom, but the fact that because of rights holding things, the X-Men were prohibited from being in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, like, I relished that a little bit, because like, finally, there is some negative consequence to this thing being a fucking conglomerate that cannot get its fingers into everything.
Mm-hmm.
But alas,
it's just
these things can't last.
Yeah, nothing. No one will rest until media is one giant blob.
Yeah.
So anyways, we cut from that scene.
Megillah gives him Chucky.
Yeah,
and we talk about the legend of Agniku Kaidu.
He's the guy who's like seeing you, because this is when we start to learn about like the most important Gundam frame. Bael, they say in the sub or the dub.
I think it would be pronounced Bael.
Bael, yeah, Bael. I guess I always say Bael because not to immediately throw a fucking sidebar into the sidebar we just finished. In Bravely Second. One of the main characters, Magnolia, she's like a demon hunter, kind of like she hunts space demons. And it's spelled Baal in that game.
Ball.
Yeah, so she just says, I'm with the Ball Busters. The entire goddamn game you hear about Magnolia's Ball Busters. And I'm just like, that's great.
That's tremendous.
Is fucking, I respect the dedication.
That's like an Austin Powers joke. Like the fucking, I don't know, like in the first movie when they're like, oh, the Irish guy's like, yeah, they're always after me, Lucky Charms. And then like, I don't know, fucking Will Ferrell and Brownface would chime in and be like, with my elite cadre of ball busters, and then get thrown into a fire pit.
Yeah, but like, it's just played for straight in the game. No one comments that it's just like, funny balls, and I'm just like, okay, all right, sure, that's what you're going for.
It's like that, I don't know, there's like this clip going on Twitter today where a horse called Bofa D's Nuts like won a race, and the announcer's just like, and Bofa D's Nuts crosses the finish line, Joe wins by a head. Just completely no flinching whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. You gotta commit.
Yeah. Julieta is like, fuck, the bearded guy died? He was so strong and so kind. I loved him so much. I did not know his name.
Yeah, and like, she's like, he was the one who pulled me out of obscurity and let me do this, like, and you don't know his name?
I mean, I imagine that is in some part by design, because it's like this was probably like Rustal's doing to make sure that there were absolutely so that no one could fucking tell the rest of Gjallarhorn dick about Galen. Like, I imagine this was Rustal's doing in some capacity too, but it's also very funny.
Yeah, at least like give her a fake name, like, oh fuck, Benevolent Brooks.
Oh no, Sleeve McTinkle, no!
Yeah.
Not Twigs Vortigal!
But yeah, she's mourning the death of a man
not
she never
Dios
knew.
Mingo!
Dios Mingo! Oh god. But Rustal gets like mad at her for mourning him because he's like, don't mourn the death of someone who did such great things. And
he lived through fighting and died doing the same. Like, I don't know if I like Rustal. I'm prepared to enjoy him as a villain, because it's like, this is some emotional manipulation shit that I'm like, ooh, yeah, all right. Just like fucking greasing up your cronies with all the fucking lies you can. Just get that and indoctrinate them. Yeah, it's noble to die for our cause.
Yeah.
Only live through fighting, die doing the same. It was a noble death. He devoted so much of himself to us. And if you mourn him as anything other than a soldier, you are trampling his wishes. It's a fun little. I like that it's making me ask the question of how much of this is Rustal's actual worldview and how much of this is him just pulling the marionette strings.
Yeah. Hey, more episodes left in the season. find out what his deal is.
I suppose we will find out.
Yeah. And the last scene of the episode is Takaki coming home. Fuka's asleep on the table. She did math so good. And there's like a photo of the boys and her in front of her. Surely this will end well.
She explained the subspace topology so well.
She did, and she comes home, and then she's like, "Where's Aston?" And then like she looks up and sees Takaki starting to cry, and hate to see it.
Sad.
It's sad.
And thus ends the war. I've been through the desert in a war with no name. It felt good to get out of the rain.
Which brings us to episode 33 of the show. Sovereign of Mars. The Seven Stars meet and discuss the conflict between the economic blocks. Nobody can figure out who hired Galen, but McGillis suspects the entire thing was orchestrated by Rustle. We learn that Tekkacoin are leaving Earth in the wake of everything, and while McGillis promises Orga that Tekkacoin will be sovereign of Mars when they help him take control of Gjallarhorn, Takaki quits, saying that he doesn't want to give up the happiness he has now for happiness in the future. While everyone else goes along with Orga's decision, their path ahead seems treacherous.
I think I like Takaki's decision, but the way you worded it made me think like some fucking, I don't know, some crypto guy who's getting out of the game, and the other guy's like, fine, trade your money now for bajillions later.
Yeah, trade your fucking Tekkacoin coin.
Yeah. all my Gundam frames gone.
This is really how we find the quickest way through. We had Dexter turn us into NFTs.
Dexter Calculator turned me into a monkey.
All my frames gone.
All my frames gone. The Bordeaux Yacht Club. Whew. Okay, I need to take a big sippy of water after that.
So, the episode begins with the Seven Stars having a meeting. Eok is freaking out as usual. The economic blocks, it's like, conflict is brewing. Everyone knows Gjallarhorn can't stop anyone from fighting now. They tell McGillis, hey, maybe you shouldn't spread to Mars. Maybe you should worry about keeping Earth under control because everyone's about to bite each other's throats out. Maybe think about that for once.
Yeah.
Rustle's like, the man who ignited this conflict probably never existed and was just a hoax made up by Arbrow to justify their aggression. Sure, buddy. Whatever you want to say.
So just say what... Oh, God, sorry. I just fucking... It got dark in the process of this recording. Like, not dark, but, it's dusk.
Yeah.
And I looked away from my monitor for a half second, and I went back to it, and, I just got, the Windows notepad open, and it's just, blinding white. I recoiled briefly.
That's what happens. It happens every single day where I'll be in bed with Katie and she'll show me a TikTok and her phone is on max brightness and she shows her phone to me. I'm like, I turn to Dracula daily whenever she does that shit.
Oh man, I saw a thing that was the Dracula Daily should be extended to other things, because the entirety of the 1 year war in 079 is that's documented on days.
It's documented on days, and the funny thing is the actual show starts in September or October, I think, and it ends on New Year's Day.
Might be a little fun little Project Reno for any aspiring. Yeah. I don't know, maybe. That might be a fun, because there's no way to there's no original Gundam was not told in the story in the form of a series of letters the way Dracula was.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
We theoretically have
a Twitter news bulletin, fucking
right.
I don't know, fucking God, I can't even remember the name of the bad guys. Xeon, Xeon, yeah. Xeon Daily.
Xeon Daily. Well, I know there's a World War I as it happened Twitter account.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a cool idea too, to get the sort of time scale of everything like that. But there's an idea for all of you young upcoming Gundam heads.
Yeah, exactly. They're just everyone at the Gjallarhorn Seven Stars meeting is just kind of talking about Galen. Does he exist? Does he not? Who is this Galen?
Galen is real?
Does Galen is real? they are just, arguing about it, and nothing really comes of it. One of the guy who looks like a little bit like Rusto but purple is like, what about this Galen guy? And Eox would be like, no record of him, doesn't exist.
He's not real.
Eox sucks in a really funny way. Like, not to say that I think Eox is like, I'm sure Eox is a bad person. I will get to experience that later. But Eox is just kind of like a fail sergeant in a lot of funny
absolutely
ways. He's not very good at politicking or piloting, and I like him a lot as a result.
Yeah, next week you're gonna start seeing why people don't like Eox, like not in a fun way, but like for now, when he's just like a bumbling funny guy, it's good.
Is he gonna kill a character that I like?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, I'm concerned. Because like the thing is, at this point I just assume that like people like I don't know, like I've got friends who like hate Carta because she killed Biscuit, which like I bear no ill will to people who feel that way, but I also like I contradict myself very well. Then I am vast, I contain multitudes. I can love Biscuit, I can love Carta. I was thinking it might be like he kills, I don't know, like he just fucking like blasts Atra. Actually, if he blasted Atra between the eyes, I would not forgive him.
Yeah,
but, like,
that's the one thing.
He blasts Dante between the eyes, and everyone's like, no, Dante, my favorite character, Dante. And
yeah, but yeah, you
make up an IBO fan guy whose favorite character is Dante.
There are dozens of us.
He's fine. I've got nothing against the guy. It's just like
he's Dante.
Yeah, he's Dante.
So Rustle meets with McGillis after the meeting. And McGillis, like, he's handling this all tactfully. He's talking about how the conflict was his blunder, never should have happened. And Russell kind of gets
a tactical blunder. He does the drill to like empties a full clip into my leg with perfect pinpoint accuracy. Okay, here's what I think happened.
Yeah. Russell like flashes back to when he first met McGillis as a kid reading his Cool Bird book.
My notes here say we flash back to remembering days of Babby McGillis and young slut Russell.
Yeah,
young Russell kind of nice with it. I gotta say.
Yeah, he still has those fucking shark teeth. Doesn't have the Tony Stark goatee.
Oh yeah, gonna fucking cut you while he's eating that pussy.
He asked McGillis, because he knows that McGillis is like the adopted son of Farid by this point. So he's like, trying to be nice and ingratiate himself. And he's like, do anything? Do you want toys or treats or cakes and creams?
He walks up and does like the fucking Gaston thing in Beauty and the Beast. He's like, a physical book? How quaint.
Yeah, he does the bell face when he holds it.
Yeah. He's like, hey, bud, you want anything? And McGillis just turns him down and says, Bael.
And he's like, how the fuck do you know that? And we like immediately cut to the president, and he's like just telling McGillis, he's impressed with how he handled his Nario's downfall.
Yeah, he finessed his Nario.
Yeah, and he
McGillis
obviously
is like, I was just saying, McGillis is like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, he has to brush it off, but it's clear Russell knows that McGillis kind of orchestrated all of it, and he's just like, I wonder what you're planning next, and he just walks off. Goodbye. Let's see. McGillis talks to Isarugi for a hot second, and he's like, yeah, Russell did the Galen thing, but we can't do anything about it. Oh, well. Kudelia then talks to Makanai about the war. We learn that Tekkacoin is withdrawing from Earth. SAU and Arbauer are signing a peace treaty. I guess
Tekkacoin said this sucks, and they hit the bricks.
Yeah, fuck this, actually. I don't want to help anyone on Earth. Fighting? Oof, yeesh. Oof.
And we also find out in the scene that our friend Chad Shadow is okay.
He's fine.
We also find out that Makanai has gone soft in his old age. He's like, oh, would have been fucked up if a young upstart like that delightful young Chad gentleman had passed in saving my life.
I am but a virgin, and he is a true Chad.
It was at this point that I noticed how truly fucked up Makanai's beard is.
It's like
it looks like steel that was wrenched into place by a metal worker.
Yeah, this motherfucker goes through 2 cans of Old Spice pomade a day. You could fucking skewer someone on his little beard tips.
Yeah. Did I already make the Kum Hae-hyun joke on this show?
Yes, you did. You did.
Okay. Yeah. He does look like that still, though.
Never forget. And he invites Kudelia to like stay with him on Earth because he's like, I understand now. I need to pave the way and move aside for the younger generation. That could be you.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, Kudelia, you want to stay on Earth?
Yeah.
Chill here.
we don't get a resolution of that just yet, though.
Yeah, not yet. We cut to Chad, my friend Chad. He's looking over KIA list. No, I don't want to do a full list read of this because there's not quite as many funny names on here as there were on the tombstone. But I did like the names LeBlond Frood and Rita Rarotada.
That's my favorite Power Rangers villain.
Yeah, I was gonna make that exact same.
Okay, good.
After 1,000 years. Chad is really fucked up about this. He's like, I wish I had been able to throw myself forward about this, which is funny because like that's literally what Chad did. Chad threw himself on a grenade.
That's what my note said. He did Bruno Mars. He caught a grenade for him. He performed Bruno Mars. Wait, Tekkacoin. That's what Tekkacoin's gonna be the sovereign of Bruno Mars.
Oh, sorry. No, really got Mark and I would not do this.
I'm choking
this glass of champagne is still mostly full. I gotta fix that. 1 sec.
Oh, I got water in my lungs. Oof.
Your Bruno Mars joke too funny.
You're too funny. Laughter then talks to Akihiro, asking him, hey, how come Asuna has the same last name as him? And Akihiro is talking to her about, all the human debris took his name. He's, the older brother to, not just Masahiro, but kind of all of them. So it's like a sort of show of respect to him. It's nice. It's a very nice gesture.
Yeah. He does respect. He does respect Butler.
He does the bow.
Yeah, he gives respect.
Yeah. We next see Eugene's talking to Takaki about Radice's accounts, and we learn that
they're both just they're both just looking at the books that have been extremely cooked, and they're like, hey, what's up with this shit? And Takaki's like, oh, that was Radice. And Takaki feels fleeced, and then we also get images of Gundam spreadsheet.
Yeah. I plugged all 2 of our Gundams into Excel. What do we do now?
Just all new Excel file. A1 Barbatos. A2 Gusion. Okay, boss, what next?
Call it a day. Clocking out.
Yeah. Cut print. Get out of here.
Takaki, he feels it's all his fault. He doesn't deserve to be in Tekkacoin. And Mika's like, well, you were following the orders you thought were coming from Orgo. Don't feel bad. You were still serving the boss in your own way, even though you didn't, but you thought you did, and it's the thought that counts. It's a surprisingly tender moment for Mika here. Yeah, this is a level... Sorry, I bumped my mic. This is a level of, understand... not that Mika is, a particularly emotionally unintelligent... I don't think Mika is emotionally unintelligent. I think this is... Oh, sorry. I took a big sip of champagne and I've completely lost control of my words. I don't think Mika is an emotionally unintelligent person, but I think Mika is he is intelligent but just does not act on this emotional intelligence in any capacity. And this is one of the... Mika is so cute in this scene, by the way, because Takaki gets to the gets to the foot of the stairs in the hangar. He's like, oh, woe is me. And then Mika reveals that he's sitting on the concrete that's next to the stairs and just slides down it. Yeah. And he's got his feet hanging off. He's just kicking them back and kicking his little leggies back and forth. It's so cute. Yeah. And
Kudelia walks in.
Yeah. I genuinely really love this scene because Mika walks off when Kudelia walks in. We really don't ever see her with other characters. She never gets moments with just one other boy instead of Orga or Mika. So this is this really nice moment of her talking to Takaki saying you're all boys. You have so much to learn. You feel dumb now. You feel you fucked up, but every day you're going to learn and grow, and things are going to become better the more you push through. It's this is very nice, tender moment of her just straight up giving advice from the heart to someone.
Yeah. And at this point I say, I wonder if it's good that Takaki idolizes Mika killing the first core in cold blood. Now, to be clear, Mika was right to do that. I don't want to get that twisted. But also, his, idolization of Mika starting there is, a little...
Yeah, maybe not the best base for your admiration, perhaps?
Yeah, but listen, who am I to judge? I was worried this was going to lead him down a bad path, but he decided to go become a cream-faced business boy instead.
Yeah, we have no choice but to stand.
Yeah. We cut to Julieta. She's gaming, and
she's so mad because she's so good at gaming.
She said, "Can you crank up the difficulty on level 3?"
Yeah, she's playing against level 9 CPUs, no fucking problem.
Yeah, absolutely. She's wave shining all over them. Like, oh my god, her fucking short hop into Nair is just on point.
Yeah,
Unbeatable.
oh yeah. She's lamenting that if she was there, the battle would have gone differently. And Mr. Masked Man rolls up and tells her that she's making a mockery of the dead by saying that.
Yeah, the same thing that Rustel also said.
Yeah, and this is when she reveals that Gallon taught her everything, and the master he's like, that reminds me of someone else who was plucked from nothing and is grateful for how he was raised. Where is he? He's very close
to me right now.
It's fucking tremendous.
And Julieta's like, oh, I guess you're a more decent man than I thought, and Not Baldwin responds, and he basically says, damn, you're thick as a brick, huh? I thought that one was a dead fucking giveaway.
Yeah.
And she's like, is that a compliment? And he's like, yes.
Yes.
I don't know if what he was said there was intended to be taken as you're dumb as shit, but it's what I took it as.
I think it's a little bit different in the dub. I think it's more like, I was complimenting you and you just kind of like, it wasn't him being rude, it was him being like, oh, I'm surprised you didn't get my compliment.
Oh, okay. Because the way I took that, I think he was like, "I'm surprised you did not get the very obvious hint that I gave of that I am the man that I'm talking about here."
Yeah, no. At least,
I think yours probably makes more sense. Mine would they would have like been more comedy about my interpretation.
Speaking of comedy, wee woo, Toto watch.
Comedy. Yeah, that's exactly what I think of every time I see fucking Toto.
Why is he still around? Why the fuck is this guy still here?
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm here to cheer you guys up. I heard he's like, I heard a bunch of guys died. Damn, rip. I'm
Shit, that sucks. Rip to you, but I'm different.
And like two nameless Tekkacoin guys are like, you're fucking 30, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, here's Montag.
Yeah, he's doing Frankie Cheeks, where he's staying behind to monitor the Tekkacoin kids' development.
Yeah.
Sorry for all the Final Destination 3 references. These are extremely niche and are not like, even the people who've seen that movie once, like they're probably not gonna understand the fucking references I'm making because I've seen that movie an unhealthy number of times.
It's good.
It's good. Have you seen Final Destination 3?
I've seen like the first two.
You should see Final Destination 3. It's got Mary Elizabeth Winstead. It's got a guy named there's an actor named Texas Battle in it.
Fuck yeah. That's what happened at the end of Gundam.
True. And that Texas Battle's character does die by having his head exploded like Kycilia.
Damn, it's true. Time is a flat circle.
That's true.
So
Gundam and Final Destination 3 2006 film are exactly the same.
I see no difference.
Yeah.
Orga and McGillis are talking. They're chatting. They're having a little tete-a-tete.
We see McGillis and Montauk get up for like a single shot, and then we see his mask, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I had to use that as a disguise."
Yeah, it's funny. He basically says, "Hey, I'm gonna be in charge. You guys remind me of the Agni Kai from Avatar: Last Airbender. Can you help me, please?"
Yeah, and Orga is like hesitant, and McGillis is like, "What? Too many corpses?" Smug, and Orga's like, "No. Why do you think we're so epic?" And he's like, I saw the image of the Agnika Kairu. And I guess this again is a consequence of them not knowing they were going to get a second season when they did the first. But man, they sure just fucking dumped this Agnika Kairu stuff on us like it's it's something that he has referenced before, but we just get like a blah, blah, blah in these 3 episodes of it.
Yeah, we've just coincidentally been outside of the room every single time he talks about Agnika Kai.
Yeah, because he apparently fucking loves it. Like, there's a scene at the end of the 3rd episode where Almira's like, oh, you're reading that book again?
Yeah, it's just... It's important, sure.
I again understood. They probably would have done a little bit more seeding with that if they'd known they were going to get a second season. Yeah, this is the way with these things. I'm not that mad about it. It's just funny.
And he says Tekkacoin will become the sovereign of Mars. Like he will put Tekkacoin in charge of Galarhorn Mars if he
the
gets
king of
charge.
Mars. And my notes say, is this good?
Survey says probably not.
No, I don't think that the master's tools will. Now we asked 100 participants whether the master's tools will eventually disassemble the master's house. Survey says.
Yeah, he does the fucking Rage Comics thinking face. Today I will dangle the biggest carrot imaginable in front of Orca.
Yes, and Orga just fucking bites.
Yeah, he loves this shit. He's like, fuck yeah, dude.
I want to be King of Mars. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I never understood why they translated it to Sovereign of Mars, because King of Mars just rolls off the tongue so much better, and it makes the same amount of sense in English as Sovereign of Mars.
Yeah.
Sovereign is clunkier.
I mean, would the Tekkacoin kids ostensibly know what sovereign means? I'm curious.
Like, 70% of them would not.
Yeah, okay, so it would be the same thing. Yeah.
We cut from
the King of Mars.
The King of Mars.
My back is getting weary. My back is getting tight. I'm sitting here in traffic at Tekkacoin tonight. Baby, all my life I will be Gundam home to you.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks.
Leah
Remini is Atra.
So true.
Kevin Smith, or no, which Kevin is it? No, it's Kevin James, which I can only remember because Kevin Smith, huge jorts, is a think-a-phrase of mine, and that is not Paul Blart in that image.
Yeah, but Paul Blart would never wear a Jinko jean.
He would never wear huge jort. Kevin Jones is Dane.
Okay.
Kevin Jones Biscuit.
Okay, there we go.
What was the guy's name that played like George's dad on Seinfeld and was in that show? That's Makanai.
Okay.
What the fuck was that motherfucker's name?
John Randolph.
Was it John Randolph? Yeah.
No, Jerry Stiller. Jerry Stiller.
Yeah.
That was John Randolph was the original guy.
Yeah.
Jerry Stiller's Makanai. Okay.
Jerry Stiller Makanai.
He could definitely do a better McMurder.
Patton Oswalt. That can be Dane. Patton Oswalt can be Dane.
Okay, yeah, sure. That's good.
He's kind of got the same. He's kind of got like a similar face.
Yeah, he.
I'm racking my brain for the other character, the rest of the cast of King of Queens when it's already a Herculean task that I was able to name 4 actors.
Yeah,
from that show.
You know, I it's coming up empty.
Let me see if there's anyone else of note. Let me Google King of Queens cast real quick. Yeah, nobody of note in this.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Williams,
Who?
Gary Valentine,
Who?
Nicole Sullivan,
Nothing.
Larry Romano.
Related to Raymond?
Might be. Let's find out. He kind of looks like him. Are you related to? No, but he's related to Carmine Giovanzano,
Mamma mia.
who was Danny Messer in CSI. Sure.
I love media. Let's see.
Mr. Carmine Dominic Giovanzano, in case the name was not Italian enough for you.
Yeah.
His first on-screen role was in the first episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer when he was the first character killed in that entire series.
Really paving the way. A real trailblazer, him.
Yep. Cousin to Buddy Giovanzano.
Fucking wow! Damn, this is so Italian.
Yeah. No notable credits from Mr. Buddy.
Mr. Buddy.
Ooh, I look like
just
Buddy,
like Buddy
Giovanzano. And Larry Romano. I married Vanessa Marcel on July 11th, 20. I'm just reading Carmine Giovanzano's Wikipedia at this point.
So Takagi and Fuka are looking at the photo of them and Aston, and they're like, "Oh, look, they're reminiscing. Like, oh, this is the day we decided was Aston's birthday because he didn't know."
Yeah.
And Takagi still kind of shaken by Aston's words. Asks Fuka if he better if they weren't friends, and Fuka's like, "No, of course not. Like we have all these happy
we make good memories together. Don't cry." And then they hug and cry.
They hug and cry.
And Fuka says, "I don't want you to leave me behind too." When this is when Takagi decides he will become a cream-faced business boy and not die getting crushed in the cockpit of a mobile suit.
Yeah, he'll work on the cube farm for Fuka.
Yep. We cut from Hush doing one-handed push-ups so that he can hang better with Mikazuki, and what's that motherfucker? What's the Pompadour's name?
Zach.
The Darren. Zach is like, "Oh, look at this fucking tough guy," and he's like, "Oh, shut the fuck up." And then Dane just comes over and sits on him. He's like,
"I'm making you strong."
Make your push-up harder.
or
just adding an extra like I don't know, like 220, 240 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean. Yeah, Dane is hard to gauge Dane's weight, but 250 probably.
Sure.
As a conservative estimate.
That's a good estimate.
At full height, maybe like 280, 300. I'm about there.
Yeah. So we cut from there to Orga talking like to the Tekkacoin leadership about McGill's offer, and he's like, "I'm thinking of taking him up on it." is the fastest route for Martian independence. Mirabit's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Just, once again, the only adult in the room.
Yeah. But everyone's just like, I don't know what king means, but I'm with the boss 100% on this.
Yeah, they're just completely blindly following Orga, and she's like, this is the ultimate finish. Takaki is like, well, I'm gonna quit. And surprisingly,
I'm out, deuces.
Yeah, he's fine with it. Orga's like, all right, I accept. Like, you know, he recognizes it. He understands that, like, it's a fucked up position to be in. And later, as Fuka's like as Taki's walking through the halls, Chad is there, and he's like, hey, don't worry, we're always gonna be family. And Mika's like, no, like, you're not the Tekkacoin family anymore. You don't need to worry about us anymore.
Yeah, you're not into family anymore.
Yeah,
it's not Olive Garden, baby.
But Chad or Akihiro is like, don't worry, like, that's Mika showing his kindness, basically like saying you don't need to worry about us, like we can take care of ourselves. You just worry about Fuka.
And Akihiro here thanks Takaki for being friends with Aston, and that like there was some stuff that we didn't go over earlier where Akihiro is just like lamenting the fact that like he, as human debris, he wished he could have been like a better role model, like older brother figure to Aston, the way that he wanted to be for Masahiro specifically. And like he thanks Takaki for having been a friend to him, and that fucking got me. Like I definitely felt sad when Aston died, but I did not really shed a tear until Akihiro was like, "Hey, thank you for being."
Yeah, it's fucking rough.
Yeah.
So Kudelia, we cut to her next. She declines Makanai's offer. She says she's gonna head back to Mars. Tekkon's making these like fucking huge waves. And Makanai's like, well, they might not like what awaits them at the end of their path. Who could possibly say if he's going to be right or not?
Yeah. He's like Makanai just sounds like a wizard in my head.
Yeah.
Ooh, who knows what will be awaiting them at the end of their fate?
They'll never find my treasures 3.
I have a small Korean boy piloting me from the inside with a stringed instrument. Bite this 2K.
Chad and Akihiro next are talking about how Earth was like a second home to Chad, and he didn't think he'd find a place that he belonged as like human debris. It's just like so a lot of just vignettes of characters having conversations this episode.
Yeah.
Next, what's the next one? Oh yeah, Ozzy talks to Laughter.
Next one is Laughter watching Chad and Akihiro have this conversation, and Ozzy rolls up and is like, "Hey boo, what's up?" And Laughter is like, ooh,
boy problems.
I don't have boy problems. Who's got them? I've got them too. La 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 la. Boy trouble. I've got double.
Don't know what to do.
She's thinking about breaking up with her boyfriend, but he saved her from sex slavery.
Yeah, Laughter just like, I'm not going to tell him. Don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, Ozzy says that. Laughter
Ozzy,
and Ozzy both say that.
Ozzy says it to Laughter. Yes.
Yeah.
Next up, Mika and Orga are talking. It's like they're talking in front of the window on the ship.
Yep.
Their spot, boy's spot.
Yeah, the Biscuit Memorial window.
The Biscuit Griffin Memorial space window.
Biscuit Griffin Memorial window.
And he's like, I'm relieved that Takaki quit, but he doesn't know why he's relieved Takaki quit. And Orga, like, we get the feeling that Orga knows what to say to Mika, but he like doesn't want to. He's like, I'll explain why later, and we'll just figure out what we're doing as we're going along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he apologizes, and then we get Takaki, the cream-faced business boy, picking Fuka up from school.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, how was work today?" And he's like, "Well, let's go home. Our home."
Yeah. It's a nice little ending. Nice episode.
Yeah. Nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad happened. Anyway.
Yeah. Next episode 34. Vidar Rising. It's time to chill out a little bit as we reset to build towards some more action. Tekkacoin has some new tools at their disposal, new pilots for the Landman Roadies, and a new Gundam, Floros. Tekkacoin ultimately decides to become the Kings of Mars, taking McGillis up on his offer. In order to sort things out for Tewaz, Naze offers his life if things break bad with that whole arrangement. Hush is basically Mika's unwanted butler now as he continues to #grindset his way to surpassing Mika. Meanwhile, definitely not Baldwin gets his hands on his new mobile suit, Vidar, and decides to make that his new name as well. He and Julieta absolutely stunt on some mobile suits, engaging in an uprising in the Dork colonies, and we end with McGillis promising his child bride a libertarian future where they can marry each other, among other things.
Yeah, McGillis heel turn.
end of this episode, a real fucking stink. I had genuinely forgotten about Almira's entire existence in this show until the end of this episode. I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
right?
I was watching this shit at work, and I was just like, stop it! Get away from her!
Go get a job!
Fucking pervert! God.
The comments on the Crunchyroll comments on this are driving me insane too. It's like, you people are actually the sickos here because you are the only ones who can see this as like a sexual thing. He would never obviously do anything, and it's like whether or not he would do something sexual with. Whether or not he would do something sexual with this child is not relevant. He is still emotionally manipulating a baby into thinking that he is in love with her as she is in love with him.
He's like 3 times her age. This is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's like just a night. I texted a friend like right before, like as soon as that thing happened. Like, man, I do appreciate them reminding me every once in a while that McGillis does suck ass in every vector.
God.
He sucks ass in a fun way in a lot of directions. I love me a car.
This is the facet with which we don't want to examine him. We have to, but we hate to see it.
Like, there's a couple of things in this episode that made me just say, like, I kind of get what they were going for. Like, I get that this is them, like, showing us how, like, bold-faced McGillis is in all of his manipulation. He is not above emotionally manipulating, an 11-year-old. And, like, there's another thing in this episode that we'll get to with Naze and his wives all being, like, rescued from trafficking, the sex slave reference that I made earlier. Like, I really get what they were aiming for. Complete flop, though. Like, just really...
Yeah.
I get the angle you're shooting for, you fucking biffed it.
Bad to see.
Like, you're trying to fucking bank the 7 ball into the corner pocket, and you just, like, scratch off the table.
Yeah. So this one starts out, we see Mika on Sakura's farm. He sends Hush off to do, like, menial training. She wishes Mika could just stay on the farm forever. It's what he wants to do. But, nothing gold can stay. Yeah. We move to Arianrod. Rustel's talking to the masked man about someone's funneling arms to colony independence activists. And he's finally going to get deployed. He's finally happy. He can fight with his
The United States refuses to pass The United States refuses to pass more COVID funding, but they will definitely fund Dort in their uprising. Dort.
Oh, God, yeah, but yeah, he's finally get to see in action. This masked man who we will know the name soon.
Vidar.
Vidar, which is the Norse god of revenge.
Ooh.
So not laden with symbolism in any way.
Yeah. Chad is now going pilot mode also. He's gonna get in one of the Landman roadies.
Yeah.
The new guy who I can't remember his name. He was in like the first episode of the season, like piloting a mobile worker alongside Hush. I know I said his name in that episode.
You said his name. I forget his name. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, he wants to do it.
Yep, and Dante's there. Dante, Chad, and this guy are the new Landman roadie pilots.
Yeah, and it's just nice. Like they're piloting it, even though they're human debris. They want to honor Aston by doing it, just like how he did it. Eugene is supervising mobile suit maintenance, and he looks at Orca's unique Shiden, the King's Throne. It's like a white Shiden with like a little horn on top. It looks a lot. So hold on, Orga's Shiden, Gundam Unicorn.
You mean Shino's Shiden? Orga?
Wait. No. Okay, you know the white Shiden.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just didn't know whose that was.
That's Orga's.
Is that Orga's?
They don't.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing. They don't say it out loud. I don't think Orga ever fucking pilots it.
I would never have. Yeah, it looks sick. I really like the way that it looks. Like, it's a really simple design. Like, it's just like gray and white with a couple of red highlights, but I like it. It's fucking. It's nice.
Reminds me so much of Gundam Unicorn, though.
Oh, let me look at this thing.
I just posted the image of it.
Oh, sure.
Especially in the deactivated mode. Like, it has the little horn up front. It even has the same sort of like shaped visor. Like, it's like this like long wide V.
Yeah, and it's even got those like those kind of like dark blue purple-ish highlights.
Yeah.
Like the really low saturation dark blues.
Yeah, and like this show came out 5 years after Unicorn did. But like it's just I don't know if it's a reference to Unicorn, but like cuz we don't see this thing do fuck all.
Yeah.
But
I just assumed I was just like I was really confused because I thought this was the Floros. Is that the new frame? Yeah, Floros.
yeah. This is not the Floros.
I assumed this was the Floros. And I was like, oh wow, they got that to Gallarhorn mechanic pretty quickly, or Tewaz mechanic pretty quickly.
Yeah. No, we will know when we see Floros.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eugene looks like he's like the king's throne. But so Tekkacon's training, they're getting more firepower, gearing up for more contracts. Meribit talks to Yuki Nojo about the new Gundam frame. And, she has a bad feeling, rightfully so, about more mobile suits named after biblical demons.
Yeah, being in Tekkacon's power. And Yuki Nojo pets her head, and his hand is just so big that he palms her like a basketball.
That's what my notes say, too.
Like, he could, with one hand, he could pick her up and windmill dunk her like fucking T-Hawk using his command grab in Street Fighter 4.
Hey, we don't know what they do in their private hours.
Yeah, listen.
Hey, actually, next scene we do see Floros, because we get to Saisei and they're working on Floros.
Yeah, we get the Christopher Lloyd mechanic, which is that's not the pull that I want to go for, but it's the closest one that I can.
Yeah.
I can't think of the actual pull I want.
Floros, we don't see. It's like kind of like this like just metal white color.
Yeah.
But I don't think they specifically say what it does, but like this is a long range like sniper unit.
Yeah, she knows shooting. She knows a shooter. He's sliding over cars while he shoots.
He's got shooters around the world.
He thinks that with those earrings, he thinks that he's Tom Cruise.
Shino with the tool.
Shino with that tool.
And they're also investigating this unknown mobile worker, and it looks like a little booge. It's like black and sleek and more like rounded than a
What's
regular.
What's this thing called? I want to look at this.
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
It's really important. We'll find out next week. But if you look at it now, you'll see something that I want you to have to see in the episode itself.
Okay, I guess. Well, not to break kayfabe, but I guess I'll see this tomorrow when I watch the episodes.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can like find a good photo of it now. Here we go. This is a photo of our little unknown friend so far.
Oh, it's shaped like it's shaped like a fucking Halo band, or not a Banshee. Wraith? Is that what it is in Halo? A Wraith?
Wraiths are the tanks.
Okay, I'm thinking of a Banshee then.
Yeah, it's like a Banshee or perhaps a ghost. Yeah, it looks like a
ghost. Yes, that's what a ghost. Yeah. Like the thing that kind of looks like a Needler was if the Needler was a like a machine, a rideable machine.
Yeah, it's just very like curved and very like so much more sleek than like all the other mechanical things they use. We don't know what the fuck it is. It's probably nothing. It probably won't be.
This is Eternatus to me.
A little bit.
I'm sure this is not. And what context did we see this in? I'm sorry, because I didn't.
This was something they dug up in the mine.
Right. Yes.
So next up, Naze is meeting with Tewaz.
Yep.
It's
and
like
Jasley
a board
does
meeting.
not like this plan very much.
Jasley hates this shit.
He said, "I fucking hate King of Mars. That show sucks. I hate seeing the reruns after Kids WB is over."
Naze's like, hey, it's gonna bring us a lot of money, and Jasley's
we can skim off the top of all the Mars transactions.
Yeah, Jasley just basically straight up says Tekkacon is a charity case for McMurder, and McMurder's like, well, I have a soft spot for them, but like at the same time, like we can't allow you to cover for them anymore. So like Naze's pretty much fucked if like anything else happens at this point.
Yeah.
Like, this is the last time he can stick his neck out for Tekkacon here.
Yeah.
And afher the meeting, Jasley walks off in a huff, and Amida's there, kind of like taunting him, and he just does some great misogyny at her.
He says that she says that Jasley only sees women as women, and I just like because this is when we reveal that most of the turbines have been trafficked before, and they were saved from it by the turbines, and it's like. Even if everything that's going on is above board here, like there's some fucked power dynamics, and like. I get what this is going for, but it really just does not stick the land. Like, the execution is not here.
Yeah, it just makes Naze seem like even more of a fucking creepo.
Yeah, his wives that he stole from, being trafficked, and his Among Us babies are born on the ship.
Dennis Reynolds' voice have had enough of this guy.
Yeah. At least he, the fact that I know for a fact he does not eat pussy. At least his wives can do it.
Yeah, they do it. They do it. He's not strong enough to do.
Yeah. He just like. I'm sorry, this might be a little bit too ribald, but like he calls in like a pinch eater, like he's literally getting something nasty with Amida, and she's like, "Oh, Nazi, I need some."
He fucking tags Ozzy in.
Yeah, yeah.
Pinch eater.
That
might be the episode title.
I'm still in a dream, pinch eater. I give my life not for pussy, but for you.
Someday you will eat a tree frog. The tree frog is a metaphor.
Water.
Take a nice recovery sip.
Have a glass of champagne hidden.
Yeah. Aryan Rod fleet's mobilizing. Julieta asks the masked man what he's fighting for since it isn't pride, and he says revenge. That's great. What good for you.
Yep.
Then we see Chad talking with Yuki Nojo. I love this whole mini part of the episode cracks me the fuck up. Because Chad's talking with Yuki Nojo, and he's like, "Thanks for the landman already." And Yuki Nojo's like, slaps him on the shoulder. He's like, "Yeah, you're a good kid." And Chad's like, he like kind of like smells like where Yuki Nojo's like smacked him, and he's like, "Perfume?" This whole bit's fucking hysterical.
Yeah. Well, we get a small Dexter, Calculator, and Kukubita meeting, and Kudelia's sad she's not involved with the kids anymore, and we get like a cute little scene of Kudelia, Atra, Mikazuki, and then also Hush is there. He's like, "Sir, Mr. Mikazuki, sir, with all due respect, Dr. Mikazuki, sir, Mikazuki Esquire, sir, can I get you anything? Can I get you any more tea, please, sir?" And Mika's like, "I don't fucking want this." But Chad walks in and is like, "Hey, Yukinoji doesn't stink anymore," and I think Atra's like, "Oh yeah, ever since he started dating Maribit, yeah, I imagine he's cleaned up." And Chad just does the I sent you this video, but it's there's this old interview with Noisy, Noisey, the music publication that they did with A$AP Rocky, where it's just like 3 minutes. It's a great interview. I watch it every once in a while. But there's a bit in it where he's just like, "Pac fucked Madonna? Pac didn't fuck. Did Tupac fuck Madonna? Pac fucked Madonna?" And Chad's just doing, "Yuki fucked Maribit? Yuki fucked Maribit?"
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It just fucking rules. Like, he's just having this complete crisis, and it's not like it extends past. There's a really good like when you think the gag is over, because like there's a nice scene with Akihiro talking to Ride, because Ride's like, "Oh, I'm the leader of the kids now that Takaki's gone. I gotta take care of myself." And Akihiro's like, "Well, you gotta make sure you take care of yourself and eat and everything if you want to get jacked like me." And then Chad runs in like, "Y'all hear that Tupac fucked Madonna?" Yeah, so fucking good. So after Chat's crisis, we cut to Orga. He goes to Ares, the Gjallarhorn orbital base. He meets with Isurugi, and Isurugi's like, "Hey, you have full control over like the entire second pier of this station." Tekkacon's getting like super cozy with Gjallarhorn elites on Mars here, and Orga's like, "Damn, you trust us that much? Like, you're just gonna see what we become." And Isurugi's like, McGillis is just like he knows you'll be able to make it this far to be able to like use all this space. It's a nice gesture, I'll say.
Yeah.
Next scene's a little weird, though, because it's Kudelia calling Noblest Gordon to ask for more funds. It was just more like, money, why the fuck is she still dealing with this guy? Like, she knows he's trying to get her killed. I don't know why.
Yeah, but she needs that money.
Yeah, true. Yeah, gotta get the green.
Who the fuck else is gonna pay her? Tewaz. She doesn't want to get in bed with Tewaz like more directly than she already is.
Yeah, and she gets the deal, and Kukubita walks in, and she's like, "I hate people like him," and Kudelia's like, "I'm even more despicable like him because I willingly associate with him."
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I guess. Finally, we learn the name of the masked man. It's Vidar. Like, officially, he says it. Because Eok and Julieta are doing some good old American-inspired squashing of insurgents. Eok's sucking, as usual. Cause
he's just getting completely washed in this fight. Like, Julieta's like doing flips, and like Eok is like struggling to complete a 3-point turn.
Yeah. And Vidar rolls up in Vidar.
In the Vidar, and this is the fucking this suit
fucking
rules.
So
I am
hard.
obsessed with this suit. This is the suit that made me say fuck I shouldn't have bought that Carta's mobile suit, because now I just want every fucking one of these things. Like, I kind of wanted the Landman Roadie. I kind of wanted the Goujon Rebake Full City. This is like, fuck. My money.
The Vidar is so fucking good. I love it. It's like...
I'm just going to look at an image of it right now just to feel.
Just to feel something. Damn, it's $23.95 from Galactic Toys.
Oh... God, this thing is so fucking sick.
It is. I had the 1/100 scale of it. It's just it's so dope. Like, I love the huge thruster bells on the knees, like, for mobility.
Yeah.
It has these huge, like, flanks, like metal slabs that are like the holders for its fucking rapiers. Like, it has disposable rapier needles that can use to fight with.
Mm-hmm.
It has a pistol, but, like, it has knives in its feet, and it has twin pistols in the front skirty armor. Like, this thing fucks so hard.
Yeah, it rules.
And also, you'll notice, you might notice, so it's a Gundam frame, obviously. It has a third Ahab reactor on the back, though. Like, if you look at it, there has this red drum on the back, and, like, that is its third Ahab reactor. It gets fucking 3 of them.
Yeah.
I love it. And Vidar gets to do the classic Gundam shot of, like, the inside of the cockpit, and then the mobile suit rises up quickly from below to, like, startle the pilot. It rules.
It's sick.
Like, Vidar, I'm just gonna keep calling him Vidar until the reveal happens, but he's Vidar for now, and he's just completely beating ass on the battlefield. And Juliet is like, your moves don't seem fueled by revenge. They're powerful and beautiful. And Vidar himself is like, yeah, I kind of forgot about revenge in the battle, because I'm just happy to go fight on the mobile suit field with my friend. My big friend Vidar.
My large friend Vidar.
Yeah.
And, like, they just send out a bunch of missiles at him, and he just, like, pulls out the fucking 6-shooter, and is like, blow, blow, blow. What's the fucking... There's this gif that I think of all the fucking time of mobiles, of, like, some big robot show that I now feel, like, prepped to watch it, where it's just, like, some big fucking robot reloads its literal actual 6-shooter, and one of the shells, like, falls out and crushes a van. This might be Pat Labor, but if anyone knows what show I'm talking about, please let me know, because I want to see this.
That sounds like it. What I thought you're going for is from a Gundam. It's from Gundam F91. We see, like, I think the suit's a James gun. It, like, fires. They're, like, in a colony, and it, like, fires.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say is there a mobile suit called a James gun?
James gun. Yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second. The RGM 119 James gun.
It's literally called the James gun.
One word James gun. No second N. It's like the future Jim of, like, UC 120, I think.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it looks fine. It's, like, nothing to write home about. I think the
with a name like James Gunn, I kind of wanted them to go a little bit more all out.
Yeah, but we see, like a canon version of it. Like, it's I think it's literally called the James Gunn cannon. But it's, like, shooting. It's like these artillery cannons, and, like, the shells are falling, and you see a shell just fucking land on a woman's head, and she just dies. Like,
Ooh.
Like, it's like, I think it's like in the first 5 minutes of the movie too. Like, it's Jesus. Like, hey, yeah, these things are big death machines, and you're a human.
Yep.
But yeah, it might be Pat Labor.
And Julieta, like, after the battle, Julieta, like, talks to Vidar and is like, looks like you had weight. You weren't fueled by revenge. You were strong. You were strong and also beautiful. And he said, I guess I was having too much fun to get revenge.
Yeah, he loves
it. And we cut to McGillis cuddling with his child wife while he's reading the history of the Agni Kai.
The Kill Bill sirens are ringing for me on this one. I literally wrote in my notes, libertarian detected.
Yeah, no, because the thing is that, like, McGillis, he's like, because Almira wakes up and is like, she's like, you're reading that book again? He's like, I was going to kill myself, but this book saved him. It tells the story of what was Agnika
Kaeru.
Agnika Kaeru. He's like, Agnika, like, he dreamed of a world where humans could compete fairly regardless of background. And it's like, that's a libertarian fantasy. And then he says, a world where you can love whomever you wish, he says, picking her up and putting her on her lap, which he can do with great ease because she is 11 years old and probably weighs less than a sack of potatoes.
Get a job, pervert. He, like, touches noses with her. I can't fucking stand this guy anymore.
and she is like, the thing that kills me about this is Almira is like, oh, you mean we can finally live in a world where you will not be persecuted for having a child bride such as myself? And he's like, yes, my darling. And, like,
maybe
he hugs her.
Should be persecuted.
Yeah.
Whatever. This guy sucks.
Anyway, that's episode. What a sour note to end on.
Yeah. Beyond Toon World?
Yes, we gotta Beyond Toon World. Sarah.
You're going to love this. Trust me. Beyond Toon World!
Alright, I'm gonna hit you with Carrie Kiranen. This is the voice. So, she's the voice of Carta. We've completely lost relevance for Carta as a character, but you did mention her earlier in the episode, so we're good. She just has a very interesting career, though.
Yeah, that was true for Japanese voice. Who's I'm completely blanking on her name. Kikuko Inoue. Yeah, but go on.
It's so funny now that I'm One Piece pilled. I know she's the voice of Tony Chopper, and I know that little reindeer now.
Oh,
he's my small friend. Anyway, so Carrie Kiranen, born January 16th in Oak Park, Michigan. She got a Bachelor's of Arts in Theater and Linguistics from the University of Michigan. Not a bachelor
of science in art.
Yeah, no, she's not on that Sarah shit.
I've not used that degree for one fucking day in my life.
I'm doing something new here where I'm kind of like, I basically have ordered the notable roles to end on the cool shit. So
yeah.
Obviously,
this is me making sure that I tell you that whoever I did that Hush voiced Mark the Alive Nazi.
Yeah. So obviously, Iron Blooded Orphans Carta issued in 2015, 2016.
Love her.
In 2005, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, she voiced a character called Mina Symington and Misty Treadwell, which are just some 4 kids' ass names.
I'm looking up Mina Symington. This does not. I've seen this character around.
Yeah, I can't wait to learn of 5Ds because Elliot's just been telling me that 5Ds fuck so hard, and I can't wait for the fun bike boys.
I've definitely seen this character. God, I kind of fuck. We're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just kind of want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh!
If you want to sign up, go to bit.ly/C O G 2022. You can sign up for a yearly Yu-Gi-Oh! tournament.
Oh no, I meant the anime. I do not have time. I do not have space in my life for another fucking card game right now.
Hey, watch. Well, when we get to 5Ds, it's a good clean slate to start on.
Yeah, true.
She in 2004 Gundam Seed. She voiced Maru Ramius, who's I think one of the good guys, maybe one of the main characters. I haven't seen Seed, so I don't know. 2014 Toradora. She voiced Yuri Kogiyabuko. In 2018 Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. She voiced System Number XX. I guess is that System Number 20 then? I never played that one.
Let me look at this motherfucker.
It looks like a robot, AI core. Doesn't look like a character.
I want to look at this.
System No XX. Oh, it's the main antagonist and final boss of Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Oh, this thing is not this is definitely not a playable character.
Yeah,
Jesus
this is one of those fucking.
This is a Kirby boss.
Yeah. In 2017's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, she voiced a character called Milena. Sarah, do you know who the fuck that is? Because I don't.
In Stardust Crusaders, Milena?
Oh, fuck! She's the woman who takes care of fucking Babby Polnareff.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Damn!
No, in the worst episodes of that show.
Yeah, Jesus. Great. 2002's Berserk, she voiced Casca.
Sorry, I need to send you. I googled Milena Stardust Crusaders and I looked at the images and it's just a lot of images of her breasting boobily. And then this thumbnail from animefeet.blogspot.com. Hold on. It's not whose feet you think it is.
Is it like fucking Dio's bubble?
No.
Wait.
This image. It is a from behind shot of her wearing a bathroom towel, holding baby Polnareff, and him kicking his feet out, but his foot is covered by a sensor bar.
Yeah, put that shit away. No one needs to see that. In 2002, Berserk, she voiced Casca. Yeah.
Neve would love to know this.
Now we're getting into the shit of it. 2014, Danganronpa 2. She voiced Mahiro Koizumi.
Which one's Koizumi again?
She's the apple hair girl. She just has the red, not bowl cut, but she has the camera and the checkered tie.
Oh yes, I remember her.
Yeah, she's nice. It's League of Legends.
No.
Hit me with your guess. Who's Carta?
Okay. So she's Koizumi. She's a champion in League of Legends. Can I do you know if this character is humanoid or not? Can you give me that one?
Making a Google. Yes, very much so.
Okay. Let me.
Like I can tell you, this is a person. This is a human.
Is
being.
it Katarina?
No, this is Lux.
Oh, ooh, okay.
So card issues Lux.
That's fun.
In 2014's Kill La Kill, she voiced Satsuki Kiryuin.
Okay.
Who's like, you know, the black hair.
Yeah. I have more familiarity with that show than I would like, to be perfectly honest.
I did watch all of it when it came out, and never again.
I watched maybe 8 episodes of it, and the only thing I remember liking about it was the girl with the conductor hat.
Yeah, she's nice.
And Mako. Mako was nice.
We love Mako Mori. Hey, 1997's Jesus fucking Christ, I almost said Mobile Suit Evangelion.
Wait. So she's the dope voice in Evangelion. She's not. Is she the blonde? The woman? The blonde?
She's
woman?
not Ritsuko. No.
No. She Masato?
She's Masato.
Woo! I love Masato's dub voice so much.
It's so good. It's so good. It is so clear in my head, her dub voice.
Yeah. Like a handful of characters in that show really had to grow into their voices. Like Toji and Shinji's are really hit or miss at the start, for example. Yeah. Masato is just A+.
Yeah, day
second
one.
one.
Absolutely. In 2012, Madoka Magica, she voiced Don't Lose Your Head Over This pick because she voiced Mommy Tomoe. 2017.
God, wait, hold on. Hold on. That was 2012?
Yeah, that's what my behindthevoiceactors.com, my favorite website, tells me.
Yeah, no, okay, that's weird because Madoka came out in 2011. I was like, wait, did we not hit the 10th anniversary of that last year?
Maybe the English dub came out a year later.
Oh, that might have been it, yeah.
Because a lot of the times, it's weird, right? Because, like, the website will sometimes tell you, it'll, like, the year will be way off. It'll, like, have the original run, but, you know, whatever. 2017 video game of Persona 5.
Ooh, Makoto?
Not Makoto.
Oh.
I'll give you a hint. She's multiple characters. She's multiple characters.
Who is she?
Is
she the twins?
Yeah, she's Caroline and Justine and Lavenza.
Yay!
They're nice.
I like them.
And this is the role that I kind of spit out my proverbial tea for.
Sure.
2001, little anime called Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters.
Oh, is she? She's not Taya, is she?
She's not Taya. She's not one of the main gang.
Is she my Valentine?
She's not my Valentine.
I'm trying to think of other women who are not part of. I'm trying to think of other women in that show.
I'll give you a hint. She didn't play a woman. Well, she did play a woman, but like that's not the main role here. Like she played Kisara from season 5, who's like the girl who turns into blue eyes, but that's incidental.
She's not Yugi, is she?
She's not Yugi, no.
Joey was voiced by a man, I know.
She's not the Brooklyn monstrosity, no.
Was Merrick voiced by a woman?
Not Merrick. Think of a littler character.
A little. Oh, Mokuba?
She's Mokuba.
No fucking way.
She's little Mokuba Kaiba.
She went from Misato to Mokuba.
You got the M's. Mommy Misato Mokuba. We love it.
Jesus Christ.
Carrie Karanen. Good shit.
Oh my god. Absolutely tremendous.
Love to see it.
Whew, that was a great Beyond Two Max. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm downing the last of my champagne in celebration.
Yeah, down that shit and give us your plugs, Sarah, because we're at the end of the station.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter at SunhatZhenya, SunhatZhenya on Twitter. I'm not going to be on Twitter very much for the week that I'm posting this because I'm installing the app from my phone while I'm in Canada visiting my girlfriend, so I'm only going to have access to it through my laptop, which I'm not going to have open very often, and browser Twitter, which fucking sucks ass. Try and limit myself from doing posting while I am in seeing my girlfriend. I imagine that given the fact that I'm seeing my girlfriend for the first time in 3 years will probably limit me from posting already, but like I just want to, be sure about the shit of it all. But you can follow me there. I'll be back in a little while, probably. You can find me on other podcasts I do, such as Forward ReZero. I have an episode that is waiting to be edited. It will be edited when I get back from Canada. I promise. Fear Baiting will be coming back. That's my horror movie podcast. Oh yeah, Forward ReZero is the ReZero rewatch podcast I do with my other girlfriend Neve and host of this show, Morg, former host of this show.
Mm-hmm.
Fear Ratings, my horror movie podcast, if you want to hear all of my opinions on all of the 5 of the Final Destinations, and sneak preview, we are going to do a themed month this December of Final Destination. Still working on the title. But Neve texted me the other day. It was like, "Hey, can I do all the Final Destination movies on Fearbait?" And I was like, "Well, I've already done all of them, but I'd kind of love to go through a 1 through 5 rewatch on the show." Now that I'm an enlightened scholar of both horror movies and that franchise. Special Grade Snacks, the Jujutsu Kaisen watch-along podcast I do, that anime's coming back in December. So, 7 months, you'll get yours. The Wonder Years Animorphs podcast that I do, Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, infrequently updated leftism podcast I do. I think that's all my stuff. Sorry I'm losing the thread of things. This is some good champagne.
Yeah, and I'm Max. You can go to Twitter at MaxyBajillion to follow me. You can listen to Pod of Greed, which is my Yu-Gi-Oh podcast at Pod of Greed Cast. You can listen to Slappers Only, my video game music showdown podcast at slappersonlypod.com or slappersonlypod on Twitter. Thank you to Matt GameCube, who runs Noisepace.xyz, which is our podcast network. All of our shows are there, and many, many, many more. Is it your turn, Sarah?
Oh my god, that's right. I forgot the robot of the week. All right, hold on. I gotta
dredge the depths.
Looking through my Steam library to think of any robots in. God, I have not played too many games that feature robots very prominently. You know what? My robot of the week is going to be Robo-Kai from Guilty Gear. Most recently in Guilty Gear Accent Core. Or Guilty Gear XX Accent Core. I think it's just Kai Kisuke but a robot. That's my robot of the week.
Fuck yeah! Hey, that counts.
Yeah,
I love his fucking Dr. Doom-ass mask.
Yeah, he seems nice.
He seems normal. I like his weird, like, fucking the little, like, crank earring, the little wind-up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So, until next time, war is bad.
Wow, cool robots.
Bye.
Bye.